to make sure that this is a good game.
It all comes down to this. One more Erangel here to find out which 4 teams will move on to the grand finals and which 12 will be situated into the grand survival tomorrow. And that's only 4 games. You get 4 games, you got to win it, you got to get the chicken dinner if you're going to go on to the grand finals. So this is very important for a lot of those teams up at the top.
Plain path, why you got to go record? Why you got to do it today?
It just hates us, Matt.
Really just
It really doesn't like us today.
So we'll have to see where we're going to end up going. We did get some fun inside that last one, as fields can be pretty rough, but there's a lot of variance that you can look at inside the circle in and of itself. As we can see, it does look like we're not going to get that upper stall or mix-up that we had beforehand, as BGP does get control over that. So they should also secure those vehicles that we were looking at beforehand. GEX is kind of in between them and New Happy, but I mean, everything else is pretty calm. I think that we're going to see FaZe also drop pickup vehicles and go to Zarky as well, so no crazy curveballs happening. This is a safe game.
Yeah, to start, it looks like it. And, you know, we say that and who knows. But I like the change that QM is making here. I love that our observers are showing this because this is an important one. Like you were mentioning just at the beginning of this, they didn't drop with Bagel Pa. So instead, they saw that Primorsk was open in the previous game on the drop. So, hey, let's just go there. And, you know, the circles have been drifting in that direction anyway. Might as well just see if it keeps happening because, goodness gracious. Okay, thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you, PUBG gods. We have done it.
Sorry, everybody just breathe for a second. Oh, feels good.
Just relax.
Nice. All right, well, hey, guess what? FaZe, Wildcard, good spot right now. Wildcard's been doing a pretty good job of finding themselves center circle today as well.
Their macro's been phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, a very smart team, and it's good to see them getting the love. Because let's be honest, sometimes in North America, we can see that it's a lot about like the Sonics or United have been on a tear of their own. You cannot count out Wildcard. This is such a strong team, and it's good to see them finding successes. Now, top 5 kills, not appearing in there because while they did pick up a win, not too kill heavy.
Yeah. It wasn't. I mean, it was just, you know, a lot of the other teams are again, thirsty for every point that they can get. You know, we're not on Miramar, it's not a desert, but that doesn't mean mouths aren't dry because everybody knows that you have to do everything possible to get into that top 4. I thought the cutoff might be somewhere around 75 to 80 points. It looks like that is going to be about where the 4th place cutoff is here. That's kind of been around the line that we've seen throughout our best of 10s that we've played throughout this event. So, for sure, Bagel Pa, I think 3 or 4 points and you feel pretty comfortable. Same with anybody who's around that mark. You know, if you can get to that 75, you're not doing too shabby. Now look at Savior. He has gotten awfully close to Bagel Pa, but right now with Pio in the Dacia moving to the north, I don't think this should amount to anything.
Yeah, ship's kind of passing in the night as Savior is going to come up after Pio has already left that position. Well, is the backpack greed going to come back and bite him?
No way, Savior. Not you're going to do him like this?
And if he comes through those buildings, he could actually spot him about the time he's moving back into that building.
This is like bad blood.
I don't know what Pio thinks is so important to get here, but I hope that he's at least still listening in.
This is really, really dangerous. There's no way he's heard Savior. There's no way he's seen Savior. He has zero clue that he's done this. You know, Pio's got to assume this is safe. Pio's looking for an upgraded DMR, so he found the SKS, not his preferred. He preferred the SLR, but, you know, he'll use the SKS if worse comes to worse. The rest of Bagel Pa I see maneuvering on the northern road, so, yeah, I mean, Pio might just get out of this.
Yeah, no, he saw that and he was like, I don't know how many people are here. Again, discretion, the better part of valor in this situation. You don't know if it's a full 4-man that's pushed up into here. Just get out while you've got the opportunity.
That is a sigh of relief for Bagel Pa fans right there, and there are a ton of them. And everybody there, you know, wanted to curse Savior probably, but
I keep hearing him flick those switches over there.
Yeah. I just heard Tong just scream on that one.
he was giggling quite loudly after that.
They're having fun
There's
today.
a battle cry, yeah.
I have to say, Ty Lue, every time we see him on camera, they're smiling, they're laughing. Yeah, this this losers bracket too hasn't been the best for them, but hey, they're happy to be here and they're having a good time. That's what's important.
There's a lot that can be like learned and developed here, even just being able to play through the losers bracket, everything that it provides. Then you can take that back into your region. So whenever we're looking at this, some of these teams are just, you got to start just feeling yourself at this stage. Like if tomorrow is going to be all about the chicken dinner, you need to figure out who you can fight, how you can fight now.
And coming in with that good mentality too is really important. Come on, hit these, please. Just please, Sia, please. Tycon, I think, has lost a tire there on the other side, maybe. That's making things a little bit tricky, but nothing connecting. I need that. I saw Sparking hit that beautiful bolt shot earlier in the event, and I just need another one. Just give me some more.
See, we're not full
God,
DMR.
oh, God.
Every once in a while, we get ourselves some bolties over here. So let's see. Smash taking some damage, but BBL taking shots early. I've never encountered this at all today.
No, this never happens to BBL.
They managed to navigate it and get themselves into a good spot, and everybody managed to make it there safe on top of that.
So they're okay for now. They're going to regroup, heal up. Bago Pot making the beach rotation to the north part of Severny. Severny has been completely abandoned by Wildcard. However, New Happy has set up, I think, just on the outside of the road across from the cafe. It doesn't look like, or maybe they're in the cafe. I can't tell on the map for sure. The Freaks went down to the southern part of the map, so now they have to go all the way back up to the north. A long trek for them, an important one, as again, they're another team that just needs a few points to probably give themselves a pretty decent chance of being one of those 4 teams. Like I said, 75-ish. I expect to be about the cutoff. Could be a little bit higher, could be maybe even a little bit lower if things go really awry for our top teams.
Ooh, slow rolling in here, being as quiet as possible. Nobody really around them, but I like the strategy into it. Back into the north, right along the coastline, that's going to be FaZe. Close to them is actually going to be BGP, who moved into Severny after Wildcard has now moved down into the south. So we're starting to get our features showing up in the very northern part of this, and a big factor in this is that we have the river that kind of cuts through the lower section of the circle, and with that, most teams are making the assumption this is going to go north, and so that's why we start to see shooting range, Severny, all the usual suspects up here being where most of the teams are opting into stopping.
This is a really bizarre setup for 8Z. He's got level 3 gear, he's got a Groza, and he's got a 2x on his Mini 14. I mean, that is just a very bizarre setup. I mean, it's unfortunate.
He's
but
stealthy. He's going to sneak up next to him with what he's got on right now, and he only needs the 2x. If you can get that close, right?
I like how you are a glass half full kind of guy there.
That's the way you got to live life, right? I'm all about the silver linings.
No, I'm there is no glass.
You've been a gamer for too long. It's all about the pessimism.
Yes. I am dead to the world.
Everything is bad. Oh my God.
Everything is awful.
Dead game this, dead game that.
I'm gonna go listen to some My Chemical Romance after this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is kind of popular.
I mean, they're pretty good.
Yeah. So looking through, I'm just know that Cam's enjoying the fact that we made a Black Parade reference.
And if Pansy's watching, she's happy about it.
Yeah, no. Really looking through, not a lot going on other than what we see brewing right here. A lot of the teams have managed to get some form of vision on each other, but again, we said this is probably going to be a slow roll game. Not a lot. Everybody is going to play risk reverse because it's all about gathering as many points. So unless you think you've got control over a firefight, it's going to be awkward.
I think Tyloo is still keen on trying to camp the Georgia Pole bridges. As I'm watching Buriram, maybe thinking about doing something. Code Marco going to light up Salalzi. Going to get the knock there. Very nicely done with the Mini. A good opening knock here for BBL. Again, a team that needs a win and some points to get on through, so they might just commit to this fight.
Ooh, those bounces go awry onto this. Going to continue dropping them down in. Himas is going to go down, and it's just going to be a continued push in there. BBL has the momentum on the outside of this, and it just feels like it's going to be a matter of time. Tycon's going to try to defend. We know that he can have some big plays, and this is a complex area to play from, but they already know exactly where he's at. He does get the res off, but the follow-ups are going to be coming in so fast, so furiously. Are they even going to be able to do anything? Smash already gets one. Nope. Cerberus goes down.
This is a huge start for BBL. Everything they needed here. Don't lose anybody. They get 3 kills, set themselves up very nicely. Meanwhile, Ming, just absolutely, popping off, at least in the last game, gain some confidence as he might pick up 3 kills off of this. Indeed, he does. And this is a good start for New Happy. There isn't much they can really do to be in contention for the top spot unless they beat Wildcard's record for the best performance in PGC history. Look, that's the only way.
New Happy finally made it in a warehouse. After that last game, just playing on the outside, finally managed to get their way through it. So, looks like Nawadra is going to have himself some troubles. He came down off of Everest to scout out, and now we're going all the way back to 2017, 2018.
Oh, yeah.
Get ourselves swimming going on.
Water didn't do damage. ZPon ran over HS, whoops-a-doodles, and SSR, the only one alive for GEX at this point. Their day is pretty much cooked here, but Let's see if we can finish it off nice. That's a good little molly there. Caught one of the members of New Happy. That's another one non-down. So New Happy in shambles, and who else but Ming Ming to finish the job. In the long run, gets the squad right by himself.
I don't know if EIQ heard this, but it looks like Lucarux is stretching this direction. I don't think that he's going to have too much information. Nuadra just doesn't even give the point to anybody. He's like, no, I die on my own terms. Circle did pop, and it is 50-50 across that river now. We still even have Everest in play.
That's a brutal loss for Buriram, though. You know, again, a team that at least has a spitting chance of getting into the grand finals, getting one of those top 4 spots. And Ming Ming just up on top of the boxes and to walk right into the crosshairs. That one out in the open, though. Pretty good spray with that barrel. Last bullet, able to find the headshot. Nasty stuff from him.
Adam has to defend up for just a second, as it is going to be BGP bumping into Wildcard, and this is an influential fight. They do have Sonics that's going to roam pretty close to this position, as well as EIQ coming in back behind it. FaZe has supervision on the west and can actually take some shots into this as well. BGP has got to figure out what they're going to do, and they're going to step away from shooting range itself, try to use this hillside, and I think that they might be safe for now, but this isn't even inside the zone. If they want to get into safety, they still have to make a push into Wildcard. This
is a smart little maneuver unless Entropic rolls up behind them. I mean, at least gets them out of likely grenade range from Wildcard. Here comes Entropic circling around the outside of this. Sungjon's helmet is gone. Maybe there's one down in the shelter. There's some loot down there potentially. Pio's going to drive around, kind of keep his team covered. He's trying to kind of mirror Ivis's maneuvering. Entropic here is just really keen to shut this fight out. They want to take Bagel Pod down.
Pio is back behind Entropic right now, so he's got his own flank of a flank that is happening, trying to fend up. Taman is going to go down, so with Taman out, I guess there is no stopping the Pio things as they are now lined up. BGP is just trying to get out of here, trying to swerve away from the bullets. They do manage to get away from EIQ, but now they have to venture back out away from the safe zone. It looks like they're probably going to stop by Pio, and where do you even go? Because if you go east, it's going to be New Happy, and if you go west, it's going to be FaZe.
They gotta make a wide wrap. They gotta leave this territory, and they gotta regroup, get a helmet for Sungjong, and just peace on out of this. Meanwhile, Nico's doing some decent damage to Nail Up as they look to just kind of finish on a high note. It's, again, pretty much already in the books for Wildcard that they're going to the grand finals. And, you know, finishing on a high note, you would really, really like that. Entropic, a wide split across the eastern hill line. Not much to be done right now is inside a shooting range. Plenty of cover available from that angle.
Tropic has to be careful, as it looks like New Happy has a similar idea and is trying to do to them what they did to BGP. Going to be rolling in. QBE has got to be careful, as we've had a whole bunch of letters I just said there.
Oh, God.
Slam right hit, looks down, and man, that was red. They knew how that one was going to go.
QB, that poor guy just had no chance.
Like, that was just cyberbullying.
Ming Ming, maybe it's his turn to find another nasty barrel spray. No damage done there onto Ivis, as Ivis circles around, looks to regroup with his team, it looks like. HS still on the move, driving up into Nailup's direction. Ming Ming down on top of, I believe that's Lucarux, and not really finding much. Ivis took a bunch of damage from somewhere.
I don't know what New Happy's goal is, but it seems to just be whatever they want to do at the time. They're still roaming around, just taking shots at Entropic, and they seem to be content. Outside the zone, sure, whatever. We'll just go ahead and take some shots in. Wildcard trying to capitalize with this as well. Nailup tried to move in. As you saw, that he's going to go ahead and get fleshed out next to Wildcard. Overpeaker's also now looking into Wildcard's positioning, as New Happy's still not quite done, and it's going to be Nikos that thanks him for the knock on Lucarux.
Yeah, this is a spicy fight with 3 teams who, it doesn't matter too much how this one shakes out one way or another. Nan going to fall eventually to Lucarux's knock. Bagel Pa now driving right into FaZe. This is huge for both teams. I don't think Bagel Pa is really looking to fight at this stage of the game. FaZe well ahead of them, Bagel Pa angling away.
We haven't had a chance to even talk about the circle with all the chaos that's been happening, as it did shift all the way down. We have the river cutting through it yet again. Everest is going to be in play. Runes are going to be in play. Shots now coming up. As remember those lockdowns that we saw coming in earlier while everybody was trying to go north of the river? Well, guess what? Everybody's got to go south of the river now. And that's why we're starting to see Tyloo's positioning paying up. Getting the knock onto the Sonics, as they do manage to run through this, trying to survive, but they're littering bodies back behind them as they go.
Guys, the hardships today have just been absolutely brutal in the circles. Teams are having to go all over the place. Diggory isolated here by Bagel Pa. They've got a decent amount of damage. He's able to knock Pio. They're going to drive right by him. finally, DG98 is able to take him down. They're going to guarantee themselves a point.
But
That's really big for
back.
this. They need to. They have to fight this. They know it. They can't let Pio get rezzed.
Running up right behind this. Do they even have an idea with where the lineups are going to go? Takes the shots in. That's a quick follow-up. Sungyung's just trying to defend up on this angle. Looks in, spots a distance, but it is going to be BGP going down. FaZe has a path into the circle.
I don't know why DG got into the car there. Maybe that was a mistake, but that's a pretty weird mistake to make with your key bindings to get inside the vehicle. I mean, that just made it easy for the Groza from FaZe. Meanwhile, BBL trying to assault Buriram's compound. I mean, you're not going to fight him down in the south. Might as well fight him up in the north by the river. And they have gotten him in a pretty disadvantageous position in terms of numbers and utility. Canaxi thought about getting up on the roof, went up to the stairs. Now he's back up there again, trying to avoid all this utility as best he can. Gets clipped by that molly, so he's going to take a bit of damage. Edie just holding the line at the door, waiting for BBL to wrap through.
Don't count any of the top 4 settled just yet, as a ton of these teams have the capabilities to pick up the kills necessary to jump in. We are going to see that it is going to be a Molotov that takes down Konaxi. Edie's going to go down on the push, so nice follow-up coming up from the Ender Lost, and now Smash going to go ahead and get the flush, and then there is just one up over in that position. Meanwhile, Overpeaker still gets a vision on what's going to be happening over here, as it's going to be the Expendables that are going to be trying to run their way down, and this is just going to be a narrow miss jumping down that hillside. 777 looking back into it. Bard does get vision on what's going to be happening, but it's just going to be a constant exchange. Mixie's going to be trying to come down, but New Happy also has vision in this fight from range.
This is huge. If TE goes down here, the door is open for FaZe, potentially. Bagel Pa, who knows with all of that? They're already out. That's neither here nor there. TE is just scrambling to Bermuda to try to get to some kind of safety, but there is not much to be found. Duck Juice is going to get cleaned out by Ming Ming, 7-7, and Levies. Just scrambling towards the west. Circle, of course, has to leave as much water as possible, so it's going to go down to the southwest. James harassing 7-7 from distance. One more headshot will do it. There it goes. James finds the damage. Really nice shooting.
Overpeakers now need to make a path. They're on the island in the middle where the river just cuts around them, and they have to figure out some way to get back down into ruins. Looks like vehicles could be pathing. Levis is going to be down below them, just trying to swim and survive for a second. Mermaid's methodology still continuing unto this day, but Tyloo still also holding onto their defensive line.
All right, well, I mean, Levies needs a couple points. I don't know exactly where their placements are at in terms of the tiebreaker with BGP, but anything you can get here would be monumental, but being stuck in the water, being outside of the circle like this, being exposed like this could be very dangerous, particularly with the Freak's position. They might be able to get an angle onto him once he swims around that
Overpeakers.
edge. Yeah,
that,
well,
like, where are you going to go?
I mean, yeah, at this point, I mean, they're waiting for tomorrow. That's it.
Well, they are going to be moving in, and they get vision on Wildcard, who's going to be trying to approach in here. Tyloo still holding down, gatekeeping position, so they seem firmly committed to ruining a lot of teams' days back there, as Nikos is going to go down and get flushed by Mexi. And it's going to be a continued push, as Wildcard is going to go down to the combined forces coming out from one side, and Overpeakers and Tyloo on the other. BBL, though, used this opportunity to sneak around back behind everything, and now looks like they're going to try to gatekeep out Tyloo.
This is extremely important to watch Levies here. If he can get a couple of kills, he can put them up into the top 4. He can bypass Bagel Pop, potentially find out if he's able to do it. I mean, Chixing, just the rest of Buriram got wiped out by BBL, so he's found a Groza and he's playing Mountain Goat.
But this is big, though, because we still have BBL and FaZe that are in positions where they can get some kills. Speaking of Chixing, guess what? He's right over here next to FaZe, and while Everest can be a nice place to try to hide out at, you're going to be moving right into a sightline of FaZe that is on the hunt for kills. Freaks do also have control over Ruins, at least the northern part of it, so that's what you see going on with Tickleton, and he's going to go ahead and pick up a kill for himself.
Yeah, I mean, that's another important battle, right? The Freaks are also at 73. They have the tiebreaker over Bagel Pow right now, though I don't, again, know exactly where that's going to shake out. If TE is able to get there, if the other teams are able to get there, it is extremely tight. 6 and 7 still have opportunities.
No, OP, not like this. They're running right into the thick of everything. They could just mow over people as they come into it. Mexi is just going to jump out. BBL, though, they're in tatters. They're in ruins. They've taken so much damage on this. Tyloo's going to be coming in back behind this one. BBL just taking so much damage. Smash way back behind this one, but it's just going to be the Vard and the rest of the Overpeakers that just bullied their way right past Tyloo into their face.
Yeah, Tyloo's right behind this now. His new Epi's going to fall behind the scenes. Smash clinging on for dear life, finding the points where he can, but he's going to have to find quite a few to give BBL any hope of being in that top 4. Grenade out at the feet of Overpeakers. That's a good knock from Smash. He's going to finish them all.
That is a massive play coming up from BBL. They still are not done. Ty Lu on the hunt. Levis trying to get at least out of the water. He still has to make a move to get into the safe zone, but he is buying more time. All the time, he's getting a better potential to pick up at least just some survival points at this stage.
Now, Ty Lu trying to play spoiler. Overpeakers have done their best to spoil TE and BBL's days. Not able to find the final member of either squad. 80 now has an angle down to this. This will be a huge kill for FaZe if they can find it. Eliminate that team that is chasing them right at their heels.
BBL at so many kills. 10 right now. They want more. They need more. Smash trying to make it happen. Looks in, spots out Sia, goes for the spray, does manage to take him down, and that was a narrow survival. But they still have FaZe, so Smash has got to be careful, and he has to play opposite side of the hill.
1 HP. 1 HP, and he is still clinging on. I mean,
1 HP in a dream is real right now.
Yeah, 3 more points, and he's got the tie with Bagel Pa and the Freaks. Well, not the Freaks anymore. The Freaks picked up a kill and a placement point, so never mind. They're ahead, but this is, look at him and Levi's right next to each other. If Levi spots him out, oh my God.
If their solos just lined up against each other, FaZe could have an opportunity with this one as well. Don't forget, Tig is also solo in this position and can play a massive spoiler in what's happening. Levis doesn't want to move too far out of position, realizing the fact that where the cover is going to be at, he wants to lean into. There is some safety right up in front of him, and he's trying to sneak into it. I don't think that Smash is going to be able to see him, and yet Smash is looking the other angle, does spot him right now, but it's not going to be with enough time.
He saw him. Is he going to go over there? I think they saw each other. I think Levi's might have saw him at the edge. Maybe caught the edge of the backpack there. Going to have to reload the SLR for Smash as he's checking in front of him. But these two players have a ton of space to work with. Other than Tiggleton, no one's really all that close. I mean, yes, you have the Freaks up by the church area in the ruins. But Matrim, they have some time. I mean, they might be able to get this done solely through placement points if they can just sneak this out.
Smash is left off the side where TE's last member is, instead moving into Tiggleton's sight line, and he is looking the direction that Smash is going to be coming from. Smash, you can almost get the Spidey senses tingling. You can see he steps away and is like, nope, I'm going to lay down as well, and get ready. The most boring 1v1v1 is about to kick off.
The longest 1v1v1 maybe in PUBG history is none of those two players in the back. Tiggleton he's whatever, but he's fine to fight. He's keen to fight. He wants to have a little bit of fun, end the day on a high note. But the other two, they have to wait. They have to play the waiting game, see if they can get anything done.
Imagine your PGC hinging on this moment. But don't forget FaZe. If they can rack up kills, they can get there too. So if we see Smash go down, if we see Levis go down, that means that FaZe gets an opportunity. The circle even shifts to them as well. That means that Levis is going to have to move into Smash's direction. There is a lot hinging on this circle.
This is just an absolutely insane. I mean, no matter what a game from Smash, what a game from BBL, what a day from BBL. The Guangdong Freaks as well with their back-to-back wins to start seemingly may have given themselves just enough space to find the win. They're going to be driving right through the territory of our 3 solos.
Tiggleton's taking the shots to open it up. He takes some damage as well. Does manage to get a knock on 1, but he goes down. Is Smash going to go for any more? It looks like he realizes he could have some points, but it's going to be Levis that's going to be back behind him taking the shots into this one. He's going to go down. Now Levis has the capabilities to make a play with this one and move in, but KDF knows where he is, and that's also going to be FaZe moving in, realizing opportunity abounds.
But he's done it. Levi's has gotten ahead of Bagel Pa. That's going to put them up into 4th place. Now he just needs to worry about FaZe winning this game.
It's all slowed down now, shifting back into a new direction as KDF did have to stop. FaZe sees the smokes. Oh, that is going to be big and make it that much harder for FaZe to try to get something. We do need to also point out BGP is now down in 5th and no capabilities of being in our top 4.
Yeah, he does get taken down, but Levi's, the veteran from Vietnam, is going to put up some huge points for TE to get them into that top 4. Now, FaZe Clan, they told me right before this match, it is a win or be done, or else they're going into tomorrow. Can they find this? Feck's going to set up some smokes here, try to get the res onto his teammate, but Petrichor Road still 4 strong, angling in their direction.
The points are still there. FaZe can potentially do this, but they have got to clean up near on everything. Petrichor Road, Akeslip is the one that's taking the shots into him, and that's going to be a Herculean task to try to overcome. We know the aim that he's got. QM is just to the south of this, listening to everything. They already feel comfortable in position, and it's really about for them trying to take over first. This this firefight between FaZe and Petrichor Road could decide destiny as the bullets are now starting to fly and Ming connects onto 8.
Oh, just absolutely nasty shooting with that mini. Grenade out as well at that tree. FaZe trying to get ahead of it. Some damage done to Fex. Grenade going to be underhanded by Ming. That's another knock. It's just on effects for FaZe.
Trying to survive right now. Ming knows exactly where he is. The push is coming out. FaZe is about to get shut down, and they are going to have to play tomorrow. Now it is all about how much more can QM pick up, as it's going to be long going down.
There you go. We know our 4 teams that are going to be going into the grand finals. The Expendables, Kwangdong Freaks, QM, and Wildcard. What a day from some of those teams. Kwangdong Freaks, huge opening 2 games to get themselves in this position. Leviz from TE, the hero play at the end. Aches left now, Petrichor Road, they could have a nice ending here, but they are going to have to play tomorrow.
Hey, respect. QM has had a hard day in and of themselves. They've been fighting tooth and nail at a lot of very scrappy fights to pick up the points necessary to make the climb. We are sitting at 84, 84, 78, 78 to give you an idea of how close this is moving to last. Exla still wants to close this one out. He knows he's going to be playing tomorrow, but he wants the moral victory. Now it's going to be Petrichor Road making the push into this one. A doozy gets the read, steps away from the nade, but it is going to be a lineup on the east.
If we could get a doozy for my fantasy team, I haven't talked about it much, but I need this. I need this right now because a lot of people have Aches left.
I also want to point out, we also have Phil First way to the west. You see him over there in the top right corner. He's got a lot of vision, but with the recess in the hill and the trees, it's not really providing that much just yet. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him make a move, but he is still leaning into an area. You can see Hobbits as well as a doozy lining up along this hill, so that way maybe Phil First can provide some form of overwatch from his angle.
He at least knows that no one's wrapping around the north side, and that's really important, crucial information for QM, because then they know they have Petrichor Road boxed in on the other side of the hill. So the tough part is there is kind of an angle in this hill, right? That is kind of like a parabola right at the end of this hill that Petrichor Road can play around. So that makes things a little bit difficult for QM. It gives them a couple extra angles they have to worry about when they peek up and over.
Oh, Phil First just sending it down here, trying to get the information and makes the spin in. They want this game. They want to secure themselves in first. Dante goes down at roughly the same time, though. So with this question mark now, starting to get some more information moving in, it's going to be Petrichor Road that makes the valiant push right up into the side of this one. So it's all going to come back down to a doozy's information and aim as he is looking back on the angle that Petrichor Road is trying to assault.
Yeah, he's got to be really careful. He pushed space, but it's open space that he's in, and he has to weight it on the ground. He has a bit of a hill, a bit of a defilade to work with. Phil First.
Hey, it worked once. Why not again?
Yeah, why not? I mean, there's a Groza in Aches left's hands, though, but it doesn't matter. It's a doozy who gets the final 2.
No question mark on who gets first. Overall, manages to dodge out the survival session. That's going to be happening tomorrow. Great plays coming up from question mark to close out this last game, and man, it has been a day.
What a great final game. What an absolutely wonderful final game. I mean, with Smash and Leviz on those solo missions, trying to see if they could get their teams into the grand finals. And it was Leviz from the Expendables who was able to get it done. I mean, what a run here for Bagel Pop, but they come up just short.
There was so much hinging in that last game. And you just gotta say, you feel the heart with the solos trying to make something happen. FaZe realizing what they needed to do. Everybody had an idea on how to get into that top 4, but it was just so hard because it was so late.
Yeah, I mean, I thought FaZe played that game wonderfully. I mean, they were capitalizing on a lot of kind of interesting situations. Like, they were the ones who wiped Bagel Pa out, one of their biggest contenders right there on the northern edge. They wrap in, they play it safe, they're playing for the win, they know what they got to do. It's just they ran into too much too late.